Hi, my name is Irene, and today I'm going to walk you through my AWS CloudFormation project where I deployed a basic web application stack. This is the architecture diagram. Here we are starting at the web listener. So say a user on the internet sends a HTTP request to our application. This request hits the web listener, which acts as the entry point to all web traffic. The web listener then forwards the request to the load balancer, and this load balancer distributes incoming requests across backend servers, which is the web instance here, and it spreads it across multiple availability zones, and just to make sure no single server is overwhelmed, although in this stack I'm only using one EC2 instance. The load balancer is protected by the web SG, which is the security group, and it allows inbound traffic from the internet from everywhere on port 80. And then the ALB basically has routes a request to a target group. This target group points to my web instance, the EC2 instance running the web app. This web instance is protected by the security group called Web Instance SG, and this only allows a request coming from the load balancer. All of these orange ones are inside my virtual private cloud, and as you can see in my virtual private cloud, I also have stuff like Internet Gateway, which helps with providing internet access at the subnet level, a routing table, which defines like the network paths for the subnets and public subnets. Here I have two of them, using US East 1A and US East 1B, and that helps with enforcing high availability. Next, I'll show you the template I have. Here we are starting with two of the parameters. There's the instance type, which I've made default as T2 micro, and the web port at 80. And then next, I've listed all my resources. So there's a virtual private cloud, there's internet gateway. This is for attaching the internet gateway to the VPC. Here I have the two public subnets, which are required for my load balancer. And as I said, the availability zone is US East 1B, 1B and 1A. This is my routing table for my public subnets, and then for the route to the internet gateway, or the routing table. This is defined for the subnet 1 and subnet 2. And these two are the security groups I'm using. The first one is for the load balancer, and as you can see, it accepts requests from everywhere on port 80, whereas the security group for EC2 only accepts requests from the web SG, which is the security group for the load balancer, and it's also on port 80. This is my EC2 instance. Using Amazon Linux 2, and under user data, I've written the commands for installing the web app and just basically serving hello from CloudFormations, just a simple message on the web application. This is my load balancer with the two subnets that I've defined above, and the security group allowing requests from everywhere on port 80 called WebSG, and I'll just show you briefly here. And then, this is the target group. This is pointing to my web instance, which is the EC2 instance that is serving my web application. And finally, there's the listener, which was at the start of the architecture, where it receives requests from the internet. That is it from my the template. Now I will just briefly go over the deployment. For the deployment process, I basically did it through the website. From here, I just choose an existing template, upload template file, and I chose the file, which is what I named here, opened it, I choose next, and then basically I just gave it a name. Let's say I just gave it Assignment5 B, because I already have another stack name named the same. These are the two parameters that I defined in my template. I'll just keep the default that I gave it. Next, and basically I just go right ahead and submit and create the stack. So once this is done, I'm not gonna wait. I'm just gonna go to the stack I already created. You can see this is deployed successfully, and I can go to resources, look under the load balancer here. And from the load balancer, I can go to look at the DNS name. So I'm gonna go and load this, and as you can see, this is serving from the ALB. And that is it for my deployment process. Thanks for watching.